Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. I'm joined by my good buddy, Doug, and we are here to talk about Week 3 in the NFL happening tomorrow. So, Doug, how are you doing on this Saturday afternoon? Are you getting more beautiful weather up there, or what's the weather like today?
It's decent out yet.
It's
about
decent.
to pour out. It's 73 degrees out, but it's about to start raining and all that.
Yeah, 73 sounds amazing. I think it's like 88 here. Still too warm for me for almost October, but it always jacks up my sinuses, so I'm feeling a little under the weather today, but I'm all right. So if you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like and then hit the subscribe button, that will let you join our channel and everything. And then if you would hit the alarm bell, that will let you know when our newest podcast is being recorded. So if you're new to DFS Coach Talk, we would love to have you join us. We have our Discord. We have a very family-friendly and in a positive Discord community that we would love to have you be a part of. We have memberships that start as low as $4.99 a week. So we thank you for joining us today. And Doug, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with our game-by-game overview. So we had the Thursday night game with Miami and Buffalo, of course. Game kind of went, I think, the way most people expected it to. Maybe a little bit closer at some points than we thought it would be, but in the end, Buffalo was able to pull away with a 10-point win, 31-21. Tomorrow we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. The Falcons are a 5.5-point favorite on the road, minus 235 on the money line, with an over-under of 44. 82 degrees, the wind blowing to the east-northeast at 6 miles an hour. We have my Packers in Cleveland taking on the Browns. The Packers are a 7.5-point favorite on the road, minus 445 on the money line, with an over-under of 41.5. 82 degrees, the wind blowing to the south at 10 miles an hour, 38% chance of rain there. We have the Houston Texans in Jacksonville taking on the Jaguars. Jacksonville is a 1.5-point favorite at home, minus 125 on the money line, with an over-under 43.5. 86 degrees, the wind blowing to the northeast at 13 miles an hour. Your Minnesota Vikings are hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. The Vikings are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 160 on the money line, over-under 41.5. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in New England taking on the Patriots. The Steelers are a 2-point favorite on the road, minus 130 on the money line, with an over-under 44.5. 66 degrees with the wind blowing to the east-southeast at 6 miles an hour. We have the Rams and the Eagles, a rematch of the NFC divisional game last year. The Eagles are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 185 on the money line, with an over-under of 44.5. 71 degrees, wind blowing to this east at 7 miles an hour. Doug, I see a lot of people are picking the Rams in this game. Are you kind of going along that same line, or do you think the Eagles will pull it off?
I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
I think so too.
Honestly, I think anybody that's going the Rams, I wouldn't do that. I think the Rams definitely can win it. They almost won the playoffs, but I still think that Philly should be a favorite, especially in Philly.
Yeah, it's in Philly. The Rams were the team that you and I both picked for the NFC to go to the Super Bowl, so we'll see how they do. It's a good barometer for them for sure. And Devontae Adams seems to be fitting in well, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes as the season goes along. The Jets are in Tampa, taking on the Bucs. The Bucs are a 6.5-point favorite at home, with a minus 315 on the money line, with an over-under of 43.5. 89 degrees, wind blowing to the east-northeast at 7 miles an hour. Tyrod Taylor is in for the Jets with Justin Fields out. I think this game's going to be a blowout personally, but that's why they play. The Colts are in Tennessee taking on the Titans, the 2-0 Colts, did you see that game last week? They had the Broncos made a field goal, and then they had the penalty. They jumped over the center, and then the Colts kicked it again, and then that was crazy. Or they missed it, the Colts missed it, and then they jumped over the center, the Broncos did, and then the Colts got to kick it again.
That is
won the game.
Mistake. So, let's go back to the Jets Tampa. Tampa's quarterback, he's not about it. He got hurt, and he's not going to be 100% out there, not even close.
Baker?
So, yeah, Baker Mayfield, thank you. And
really?
I
Okay.
think
he doesn't even have a questionable tag. That's interesting.
Oh, that's an interesting non-questionable take then.
Yeah,
he got banged up good in that last game.
I did see how he got hit. Was it Will Anderson or somebody like that hit him pretty good?
Lit him up, yeah. It was Anderson. But he got hit several times. I mean, how many sacks that Houston had up? Yeah. But they're big hits. And Baker's a tough kid, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well it was deep ball throwing will be or anything like that.
Okay.
And I mean, I think they're going to run it a lot. But
that's a good point. I mean, there's really, and we can get into this more when we get to our quarterbacks, but from a pay up standpoint, there's really nobody. I was looking at Jaden Daniels before they ruled him out, but with him out, like, there's no one I would pay up for at quarterback, honestly. I think it's
there's not. I mean, my highest projected quarterback by 3 points is Hurts.
Yeah.
But that's not a value. That's a projected point.
No, and that's a tough matchup too, because the Rams have a good defense. So
yeah.
All right. So let's go back here. Going to the Colts are 4.5 point favorite on the road, minus 220 on the money line with the over under 43.5. 86 degrees, the wind blowing to the southwest at 8 miles an hour. We have the Raiders in Washington, like we were just talking about. Jaden Daniels is out. Marcus Mariota will be starting for Washington. Washington is a 3-point favorite at home, minus 150 on the money line with an over-under of 43.5. 73 degrees or 72 degrees, 7 mile an hour winds blowing to the east. I heard you kind of chuckle there. Do you think that Washington should be a bigger favorite than that?
I think more people are going to start picking the Las Vegas as an upset, but
they are. That's the trend I've seen. I've seen like some of the TV shows where they predict like NFL Game Day View and I think NFL Live. And
starting quarterback. Yeah, starting quarterbacks out, starting running backs out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there just rolling my eyes, whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Washington, and in the starting, you said the starting running back. Well, Krosky Merritt's really going to be the starting running back. I mean, that was kind of the trend during the preseason anyway, as he was really starting to take over that backfield. So, you know, I think that it's more of a 1A, 1B situation there with Eckler and Merritt. But, yeah, they're still a good team. I know Green Bay kind of put it on them, but I just think Green Bay's defense is just that good. And we'll see, we'll see. But Deebo Samuel has been a nice addition, and they really got Zach Ertz going at the end of the year, and he hasn't stopped since. So I think that Washington will be all right. Then we have in my opinion, one of the better games of the week, the Broncos and the Chargers in L.A. Chargers are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 150 on the money line with an over-under 46. The Chargers look really good to me this year, and I really like their defense against Denver. But Denver's a sneaky team too; they have a good defense as well. So I think that's going to be a good game. Yeah. It's no game, so you can always kind of throw the records out and stuff like that when it comes to those kind of games. But I think that should be a good one. The next game, I don't think it's going to be a good one. It's the Saints in Seattle. Seattle's a 7.5 point favorite at home, minus 390 on the money line with an over under 41.5, a 48% chance of rain. So if that game rains, man, I think the Saints will really struggle on offense. I think they will anyway, but I think Seattle give them problems. And we have the Broncos, the Bears hosting the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a 1-point favorite on the road, minus 120 on the money line, over under a 50. So they're definitely expecting a lot of points in this game. I do as well. There's a 50% chance of rain, 76 degrees, wind blowing to the south at 7 miles an hour. Arizona is in San Francisco. Brock Purdy's listed as questionable. I thought he was out.
He's more of a doubtful than questionable.
Doubtful. Okay. So it's probably going to be Mac Jones.
It's questionable, but everybody's pretty tight.
Yeah.
it'll be Matt Jones.
Jennings is questionable too. So we can get into that a little bit. But if he's out, I really like Ricky Pearsall Sunday. 49ers are a 2.5-point favorite at home, -130 on the money line with an over-under at 45.5. 76 degrees, wind blowing to the west-northwest at 3 miles an hour. We have the Chiefs in New York taking on the Giants. Chiefs are a 6-point favorite on the road, -315 on the money line with an over-under at 45. 64 degrees, wind blowing to the east-southeast at 7 miles an hour. I have Xavier Worthy in a couple of my fantasy teams, so he's out. They did rule him out today, so they're going to be without him again. Then the Monday night game, probably the game of the week, I would say for sure. Detroit and Baltimore in Baltimore. Baltimore 4.5-point favorite at home, -245 on the money line. Over under 53, by far the highest on this slate. And 72 degrees, wind blowing to the south-southeast at 5 miles an hour. So before we go to our position-by-position plays, anything else you want to add on the overview of the week?
What was the over-under in the Minnesota-Cincy game now?
43.5, I think. Let me see.
Take the under.
Let me see.
And then
41.5. Yeah, 41.5.
Get in there. I still take the under.
Okay.
Yeah, under if it's at, they might hit 40. It's gonna be disgusting. And watch it'll be just the opposite. No. The other thing, I thought Atlanta looked really good against Minnesota on defense again. It's 2 weeks in a row. Their defensive schemes they were throwing out there. They remind me of Minnesota last year.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
On the defense, the types of blitzes they're doing, fake blitzes, everything. So I think Carolina's really going to get smoked.
I do too. They're using Ellis, Caden Ellis, kind of like the Vikings were using Alex Van Ginkel. So.
Oh yeah, and I got them. So both my defensive are on my defensive dynasty leagues. I do yes. So.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, yeah. And then the other thing, at Green Bay, I think they're going to smoke Cleveland.
I hope so.
They will.
So.
Yeah, and what's the other overview I was thinking? A lot of injured quarterbacks. Wow.
Yeah.
That was the biggest impression I got.
Yeah, definitely. That leads us right into our quarterback plays. There's definitely some good value plays. Like I said, I probably wouldn't even pay up for anyone this week. I think the highest I would pay would be Dak Prescott, 5,900 on DraftKings, 7,300 on Fanduel. Going against the Bears, they've really struggled against quarterbacks this year. They've allowed I think it's the most fantasy points to quarterbacks this year. So definitely like Dak against the Bears. I also like Sam Darnold against the Saints. We mentioned Sam Darnold last week, how we thought he was in a good spot to bounce back against the Steelers, and he did. And then I hate to say it, but I like Jake Browning against the Vikings. He had a really nice game against the Vikings. I don't know if you remember that game or not, but he was over on the sideline. Yes. Like, don't effing cut me or whatever he said. So, or you shouldn't have effing cut me. That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess, did they draft him, or what's the story on him being in Minnesota?
He's an undrafted free agent. They signed.
Okay.
And they had on and off the practice squad for 2 years.
Yeah.
Browning. And then, but I think they originally got him off of Cleveland's practice squad there. They dropped him. So maybe see out Cleveland first.
Yeah.
And then, and that's what happened. And then he probably went to Cincinnati where he landed, but he did earn his demotion on. And he's not a starting quarterback.
No.
But he's like a lesser version of Purdy.
Yeah.
But when you throw 3 interceptions in your final preseason game of 2 or 3, and you expect the team to keep you,
right?
And you're the number 4 quarterback, and you do that,
yeah.
And then he does that, and so it shows maturity level, I think, at
that's
the
why
time.
the Vikings cut him then? Was he threw 4 interceptions in a preseason
It
game?
was 2 or 3. Yeah, and the thing is, and then the Vikings, he did great against the Vikings. He's a great system quarterback. I don't mind him at all as a cheap quarterback this week. At all. It's just that I don't like the over-under in that game.
Yeah.
But
checking out the chat here. We've got some people here.
Yeah, Caden's there.
Caden and Derek.
Brees. It's close.
Brees or ETN?
Yep, that's close. I don't think you're going to go wrong.
That's against Tampa. I'm going to go ETN on that one.
Wait.
I really respect Vita Vea against the run.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, totally. Yeah. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to correct myself on that. Vita Vea up the middle, and that's where Priest gets. He has to get that. He's like one of those. It's like it reminds me of Adrian Peterson. He has to be 7 or 8 yards back,
right,
the line of scrimmage, and he has to get his momentum going, and he's not going to get that momentum going against Tampa.
And they've got Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. So although he can scramble, it's not like he's Justin Fields. He's nowhere near that threat.
No, but then if it'll take more carries down at the goal line away, possible touchdown if they get that far down. Yeah.
I think Brees Hall will struggle because they'll shut him. They'll focus on him. Is my whole point. They don't have to worry about Justin Fields, so they're going to.
Yeah. It's the same story. Wilson and Priest.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have Mac Jones. I know we talked about him a little bit. I like him against the Saints. 5,000 on DraftKings, 6,700 on Fanduel. Had a really nice game last week against the Saints. I misspoke. He's playing against Arizona this week, so I like him against Arizona. But against the Saints last week, he played well. So
yeah, he did, didn't he? I not playing him this week. That's fine.
Not playing Mac Jones this week.
I do like Arizona's defense.
Yeah, I don't mind Arizona's defense, but that Will Johnson's doubtful and Max Melton is questionable. So if they're without their 2 corners, that's going to be tough.
Right, they play his own defense to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah,
and so I think like McBride's going to eat, and I do think they have given up 2 of 3 passes, deep passes, big completions. So they might, that might be a halfway decent value play, but there's so much better value than him. But anyways.
Yeah, I can see that. So that leads us right into your plays at quarterback, Doug. So who do you like this week? I'm assuming you like Dak too, but who else do you like?
Dak, I Caleb Williams. They're close. I think both of them are going to have big games, fantasy-wise.
Yeah, I think that's going to be in the 40s, that game.
So. Yeah, 50 said over-under now. And that's one thing is that originally the Bears were favorites. We were upset last week was taking the Cowboys, but that's changed now.
Right.
And I like those 2. If you want to throw 1 Hurts out of 100 lineup, that's okay, I guess. But out of 100 lineups. So I look at Prescott, Williams, and then looking at Wentz, Mariota. And Wentz.
Yeah. I like Wentz too. I think Jefferson's going to benefit from him being in there quite a bit, actually.
So. Well, I mean, they only have 1 pass rusher, Hendricks.
Yeah.
And their other pass rusher is out. I'll say 1 guy they have to focus on blocking. Now the Vikings might make these average defensive linemen look good because they've been doing that for over a year now. So we'll see.
Well, is Darisaw supposed to be back, or is he still out?
Darisaw. Oh boy, Josh, that is a question, isn't it?
Because
I've heard both.
That's going to completely change how I look at that matchup.
And I've heard. Look it up. He's not listed as out yet.
Okay, so he was out of practice on Thursday. Expected to practice Friday, but the latest, the very latest, says it does not sound like he's ready.
Exactly. You know who Castillo said that?
Who said that?
Darisaw.
Oh, himself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Right, because he doesn't want to go 100% yet. The thing is,
Yeah,
people think that, yeah, and the thing is, he weighs 320 pounds. He's coming back from a knee injury. You don't come back as fast as you do if you're 200 pounds.
Yeah, he said, I got to trust my body, really be smart with it. It's early in the year. When I'm ready, I'll know when I'm ready, I know I'll be ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back out there like myself. We're
And then, right, and that leads into the other issue I have with Minnesota. It's offensive. I'm thinking the word offensive, put that in bold letters. Offensive line is they have Kelly out too. Kelly will not be playing this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know he got hurt against Atlanta.
And they lost their backup left tackle.
Yeah.
So they're on third string left tackle. Kelly's been going through concussion issues. This is his fourth concussion. I don't think he's playing this weekend. So,
fourth.
Yeah, so you have a rookie left guard. Okay.
Yep.
You have Fries at right tackle is doing good. O'Neill's been somewhere else this year so far. Right. Mentally, he's not been the way he has been a borderline Pro Bowl. And then you've got some second string center. And the way I'm saying it that way is because they're basically having guards playing center in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ike Hendrick, so it's I think if they design short passes, they'll be fine. And they pound a rock. I think they'll beat Cincy. If they do, KOC does his usual deep passes. Like Cincinnati won by touchdown.
Okay.
At least.
I can see that. All right, let's go to running back. Bijan Robinson, obviously 7,900 on DraftKings, 9,500 on Fanduel, going up against the Panthers. Last time he went up against them, he had the best game of his career. He had 28 carries for 170 yards with 2 touchdowns for 34.3 DraftKings points. So, like you said earlier, he should run all over them. Javonte Williams, I don't know if it's going to be this week. I think he's got a regression game coming soon. But I still like him this week against the Bears, 6,100 on DraftKings, 7,200 on FanDuel. I like Kenneth Walker. It seemed like that whole running back by committee kind of shifted back his way last week. And if the game goes like I think it will, I think that the Seahawks will have a pretty nice lead. So I think that Walker's going to get a lot of opportunities. Him and Charbonnet both will, but I think Walker.
Charbonnet will be out.
Charbonnet's out?
He will be, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't he ruled out?
I don't know. I guess I didn't see that news.
He's doubtful. He's doubtful.
So yeah, he'll probably be out. So Walker should get by far the vast majority of the carries.
Not so fast. I'll get you.
Who do you think is going to get the carries?
Sorry about this. Kalani will fill in for Charbonnet pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him in the preseason. He looked pretty good. Halani did, but
yeah, I mean,
get a lot of carries.
But here's the thing. This is why I'm going to get off the talk of Walker a little bit, because I think he'll be the highest owned running back. It's very important for stacking.
Yeah,
he'll be the highest owned running back. They've been limiting his load in games, in preseason, and getting days off. They've really been pulling back on Walker as the 25-pound guy. Because Walker gets hurt every year, right?
He does.
He's great talent, gets hurt every year. He's not a 25. So we're looking at, say, he gets 20 touches in the game. Makes me nervous.
I mean, his price is not too crazy though. So
that's
pay that off.
Right, but he'll be 40% owned probably.
Yeah. So last week he had
40% owned.
13 carries. The week before he had 10. So yeah. He's getting limited carries for sure.
Yeah, bumped it up to 20 touches.
Gonna need a touchdown or two for sure from him.
Yeah,
pay off. Especially,
I think he's a better. Yeah, I think he's a better value on FanDuel.
Yeah, Yeah, I like him on Fanduel more myself too. Then we have Jordan Mason, 5,400 on DraftKings, 5,800 on Fanduel. I like him. Ramondre Stevenson, I think for another week, maybe two, he's going to be the main guy ahead of Trevion Henderson. Henderson's kind of got off to a slow start. I know a lot of people thought he was going to break out quick. But that's just usually not the way it goes for rookies. It usually takes rookies at least half the season to really establish themselves. So even you can see that with Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. last year. It took them a while to establish themselves. So Ramondre Stevenson, 5,300 on DraftKings, 5,900 on FanDuel, going against the Steelers. So I like that matchup. What about your running backs, Doug?
Oh, I have a bunch. I'll do top three in order. And Jonathan Taylor be our number one running back.
Oh, above Robinson?
Yes.
Okay.
Barely. Robinson would be second. Third pay up be McCaffrey. He'll be busy.
Yeah.
And it looks like you and I, Walker.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams. I did have Travis Etienne. See, that was a good question, Caden.
Okay, yeah.
I sprinkle, and then I had sprinkle of Pollard, and then the cheap guy. I mean, I'll play a lot of that's gonna be Mason this week.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I like on DraftKings McCaffrey. I like him a lot on DraftKings.
Yeah.
All right. So wide receiver, I think he'll probably be the top wide receiver pretty much everywhere. CeeDee Lamb, 8,000 on DraftKings, 8,800 on FanDuel. Jalen Johnson is on IR now, and it looks like he could even be out for the year. And Kyler Gordon is listed as questionable. So they've really been struggling without their top two corners, and now they have to go against arguably the best receiver in the NFL right now, at least, in CeeDee Lamb. So I like CeeDee Lamb. I also like Adunze on the opposite side of this matchup, 5,300 on DraftKings, 6,400 on FanDuel. Dallas has allowed the third most fantasy points to wide receivers this year. And him and Caleb Williams have really shown a nice chemistry. So last week he had 7 catches on 11 targets for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns for 34.8 DraftKings points. So nice breakout game for Adunze last week in Detroit. Then we have Ricky Pearsall, like I said. Jennings is questionable. So if he's out, Pearsall is going to be the top receiving option for Mac Jones. He had his second best game of the rookie year last year against Arizona. He had 6 catches on 8 targets for 69 yards and a touchdown for 18.9 DraftKings points. The Cardinals have been below average. They've allowed the 11th most fantasy points to wide receivers. And as I mentioned earlier, Will Johnson is doubtful and Max Melton is questionable. So I do like Ricky Pearsall if Jennings is out. If Jennings plays, then it's kind of a pick your poison. I would probably lean with Jennings, honestly, if Jennings plays. And then that's it for my wide receivers. Who do you have this week?
Basically going over all ones I did. I booked up my top receiver projections. Then other ones, upper tier would be CeeDee Lamb, like you mentioned, 32nd ranked. Pass defense, Nico Collins going up gets 25th ranked. Pass defense against receivers. And then Cheapy, Booty, and Renfro.
Yeah, I like Renfro too.
5,400.
I picked him up in season long, and with Worthy out, I'm probably going to play him now. So
I like how they're using him of Young, because Young, he holds on the ball too fast, too long, right? They're throwing a quick shot at Renfro, and that's where he's getting his catches. He's good at getting him. He's like Thielen should be in Minnesota. They used him
right. Yeah, he's kind of like he's like a Temu version of Lad McConkey. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The tight end would be interesting.
Very similar to the way they use them, and of course you have the short white guy comparison too. So
I didn't think about that. But no, it's just they're very similar players. Just Renfro's a little taller.
Yeah, for sure. What was I going to add? Or something I was going to add to that. Oh, yeah. What do you feel about Jefferson this week? Do you think he's going to finally get on track with what we expect from a guy like Justin Jefferson, or do you think he's still going to struggle?
I think he's gonna still struggle because of the offensive line.
Yeah, I can definitely.
If Jarisol was in, we'd be talking about different thought process.
And I think Addison being out's hurting them too, obviously. So
yeah, and the corners that are out in Cincinnati makes it very favorable for Vikings that do well. But they had the same thing with the Bears, and they didn't do that great either. And that was with a healthier offensive line at the time.
Right.
So I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. But I do think like tight ends like Hawkinson give you more passes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and I think the other ones will get more.
And then
I don't think it'll help Jefferson much.
Yeah, probably not. So yeah, that takes us to tight end. So Jawan Johnson, 3,900 on DraftKings, 5,700 on Fanduel. The only player on the Saints I'd probably play this week. Seattle has allowed the most fantasy points to tight ends, and he's gotten 21 targets so far in the first 2 games. He scored 15.9 and 15.6 DraftKings points. So really good price on DraftKings at 3,900.
Yeah, that price is broken.
So, yeah, it really is. Because then you jump down to like the guys like Jake Tonjes and Farrell and who else?
Farrell.
There's some value plays out there. Yeah, not Farrell. Farrell was supposed to be the guy that was going to split with Tonjes, but Tonjes got the target. So Tonjes and who else am I looking at?
Fannin, you thinking about?
Fannin, yeah, I like Fannin. Green Bay has struggled a little bit with tight ends, which kind of doesn't make sense to me because they have Cooper and Quay Walker and Xavier McKinney. So you would think that between the 3 of them, they would really shut down tight ends, but hasn't been.
We'll go real quick. Okay. They have the athleticism to do it.
Yeah, they definitely have the athletic. I mean, I saw Edgerrin Cooper cover Christian Kirk 40 yards down the field last year. So they definitely have the athleticism.
That's not his job to be normally doing that, but yeah, guys so athletic, Cooper is. But I mean, I noticed that who's at quarters. There's first and second round picks they had at linebacker 3 years ago.
Who's that? Green Bay?
Yeah,
Quay Walker.
He gets fooled easily.
Yeah, he had a terrible pursuit angle on Zach Ertz. I couldn't believe it. That was horrible.
Don't worry. I've seen it all last year. So
yeah.
So that's why I think tight ends do good.
Yeah, that's probably why. So maybe Hafley will put, because Hafley's been bringing Cooper up to the line to get more pressure on the quarterback. So maybe he'll put, he'll put Cooper on. Hafley will put Cooper on.
And think about it. Whoever trades a chip, one of their defensive ends, at tight end or double tight end, by the way. To break the news to everybody, they're doing 2 tight ends set against Green Bay.
Yeah, within Njoku and Fannin.
Fannin, yep. If Fannin plays, he is questionable. Legit question. If they're both healthy enough, I think that the 2 tight end would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Against Green Bay's defense, that'd be an interesting test.
Yeah. So anyone else?
You need one
besides those guys that you liked, besides Hawkins. You mentioned
tight end. If you want to pay up for Bowers, I can't never say no. I can never say no to McBride pay up.
Right.
Again, sneaky Cardinal stack would be right there with McBride. I don't mind McBride this week. Or Larry Fitzgerald wannabe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That receiver. But anyways, and then Jawan Johnson was my value beyond value. Both sides, but definitely DK. And they got the other names are Warren, questionable. I think he'll play for Indianapolis. He's good. And we talked about last week. I get Fannin or Njoku, one of those 2 going to do good. And then Kyle Pitts going up against 28th ranked defense against tight ends. And if he can down the ball, well, big game. But that's been his career.
Yeah, That's the thing. The Titans, I think that's a real favorable matchup for Warren, though. So I think he can have a good game for sure.
I agree.
Yep. Defense, we've mentioned the Packers, the Seahawks, the Bucks. Those are my top three. I also like the Chargers against the Broncos. Chargers defense is really good to me, so I think they're very formidable for Denver to deal with. So, yeah, I like the Chargers defense too. Anyone like on the minimum punt level defense that you like? Or?
Well, on DK, I'd look at Vegas.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because you got, against Toyota. That might be a way to.
Yeah, no one's going to play them. I mean, no one's going to play the Raiders defense.
I think some people will, but not like you all that should. And then I tried it. Those two on Fanduel I looked at. I liked Houston because they're even just throwing up the sacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like Jacksonville because they're going to get Houston's offensive line.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one? Oh, yeah, Arizona.
Okay. All right.
But you get up in that price range, looking at the Chargers, and then get the Bengals, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I took a look at the chat real quick. No new questions or anything. If we have anyone new here, again, we do have our free membership that we'll be giving out. Caden, is Caden a member?
No.
Okay. So, Caden, if you will hit us up at DFS Coach Talk, or you can on X at DFS Coach Talk, or you can email me, jpdavis1982@gmail.com, and I will be glad to get you in our Discord for a free week's membership. So we'll go now to our picks. My lock of the week is going to be Seattle over New Orleans. I think we've kind of beat that game to death, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Who do you like for a lock this week?
Packers. Move on.
Okay. Upset of the week. I'm going to take the Bengals to cover and lose. I think the Bengals will lose by 2. 30-28 is my pick. So the Bengals cover the 3-point spread.
Ooh. I would be 0% shocked if they don't win. I think Bengals win outright, but I'll go for another upset. Do I or not? Should I? He said who's favored in the Rams? He said the Rams are favored?
No, the Eagles are favored. The Eagles are favored by
4.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. -3, so it's a pick 'em basically with the home field advantage.
Yeah. And then you got Houston at Jacksonville. What's the favorite? What's the over under?
So that one, the line
over under. Favorite.
The over under is 44.5.
Okay. And then who's favored now?
Wait. No, that's not it. Hang on.
It's on low by me.
43.5. 43.5. And Jacksonville's a 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah, take Houston.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Bold predictions. My bold prediction. Seattle's defense and special teams will score more fantasy points than any player on the Saints. That's my bold prediction.
My bold prediction is that Cincinnati gets a defensive touchdown against the Vikings.
Oh, wow. I could see that because Carson
Wentz.
The pick 6. So
maybe it's not as bold as I thought. All right.
Yeah. No, that's bold. It's always bold to predict a pick 6. I mean, it happens like a couple, 3-4 times in a year.
Game of Carson Wentz.
So, yeah. All right. So let's see here. Prizepicks. They got the free square 0.5 passing yards for Patrick Mahomes. Definitely going to be taking that. Then we have CeeDee Lamb. It was 81.5. It's now 82.5. I still like more on that receiving yards. And then Bijan Robinson. I guess they had that whole. Did you watch that game? Of course you watched the game Sunday night. They're talking about Bijan Robinson or Bijan Robinson, and
I know.
Yeah, that whole thing was crazy. So it is Bijan Robinson because that's what he says.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it.
Says Bijan. But anyway, Bijan Robinson more than 110.5 rushing and receiving yards. So those will be my 3 Prizepicks plays. Anything you wanted to add, Doug?
Yeah, Bijan Robinson, the first game of the year at over 100 yards receiving. And in the second game, he had over 100 yards rushing.
So how do you think he's going to do this week?
I'll do over 100 yards rushing this week.
Okay. All right.
But it's Carolina's run defense. They played 2 favorable teams to not get steamrolled over.
For sure.
Their defense, but they're bad. They're bad. I think Atlanta's around 200 yards.
Did you or I pick quarterback last week for our FanDuel lineup? Do you remember?
I don't recall. I'll let you go this week, though.
Okay. I think, I was going to take Dak.
Actually, I know you did last week, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead then.
No, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. I did last week. You did first week.
Who did you take last week?
I don't even remember. We cashed, or it was that lineup.
Yeah, we did cash. I couldn't remember who we took. Yeah.
Don't matter. Just I think Dak is a great play this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dak.
Yeah, I sometimes don't look at the scores for the next day.
Yeah.
I'm just not that,
No, I understand.
I'm gonna go out and live and go CD Lamb.
CD Lamb, yeah. All right, let's see here. He's below. That's kind of crazy to me. He's below Chase, Nakua, and Jefferson.
Yes. That's why I had Puka as my top pay up on there. And then I had CD and Nico kind of next year down.
So last week we took Drake May. That's who we took.
Yeah, that's who we took.
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, that won money.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say about CD?
No. I think him and Pickens could both have 100 yards receiving if they let the Bears keep it competitive.
Yeah,
thank you all.
Thank you all. That. I got my my laptop pulled up on the FanDuel, so I don't have to keep looking at my phone like normal. So Mason is going to be my running back.
Mason, who's he play for?
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, oh boy. Oh, yeah. Boy, Taylor's $1,000 cheaper than BJ. All right, Taylor.
Okay.
Don't worry, you get another cheaper on you. I could flex.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'm going to take. We're going to have to check and see if he's going to play, but if Jennings is going to play, but I'm going to take Pearsall for now.
I think it's a fine play regardless. Did you want to take Pearsall? Okay. Oh, I see McMillan at 6,000. I like McMillan this week too.
Tetra McMillan?
Yeah. Okay.
Or however you say his name. Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to try.
Yeah. Let's see. We got 5,667 per player remaining.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find. Sorry, everybody. Where is I thought.
You like Tampa's defense?
Yeah, I'll get there in a second.
I just picked Tampa's defense, so because you took McMillan, so I'm taking Tampa.
Oh no, I didn't take McMillan yet. I just said stay in.
Oh, you're gonna wait on McMillan for now?
I'm not gonna take that. Yeah, so we're okay here. Jumped it here. Let's do Debo Samuel.
Okay.
The biggest Vegas gives up a ton of yards across the middle for receivers.
Yeah, I like that.
And because of the zone they run and the scheme they run, it's going to be brutal. He should have a great game.
I can see that for sure. Let's see.
The only thing I'm worried about there is that it might be a little too chalky because a lot of people are going to be playing Mariota at quarterback. So that's my only concern about that play.
I'm going to let you pick tight end because I don't know where I
You know what? I'm going to take Samuel out. I apologize, everybody. Take Samuel out, put a Doomsday in.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
What? All about correlation, I think correlator. Quarterback.
Yeah, I like running it back with the Doomsday on the other side. 6,300. Okay. So
we got tight end and flex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, how long did Tucker Kraft gonna be out for?
They said he's gonna play tomorrow. That was the last I heard, was that he's gonna play tomorrow. I was surprised. Yeah.
Me too. Hopefully he's just out there that for a few.
Yeah, hopefully he's not going too hard because they cannot afford to lose him.
Yeah, I make Bryden as my sneaky tight end this week. I might have to think of that now.
You want to go McBride?
No, that's why I originally had my original build.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, I put McBride in there. I didn't think when I found out the news.
Yeah.
I just put him in because he was a very good value at the time. But if he's not in, there's other value.
You want to go with Hawkinson?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because he's dropping the ball too much.
Who's the other guy we mentioned? Fannin?
Fannin, and the Duco, Fannin, and Warren.
Yeah, just pick whoever you want at tight end, and then I'm going to pick my flex because I'm having a hard time picking my flex right now.
All right. Oh, there's a couple other guys I saw earlier in the week. Yeah, it's risky. I think Fannin is in a good spot to succeed. We didn't do Debo's, let's do Ertz.
Okay.
Ignore the fifth ranked defense against tight end. It's like Seattle. You can pass it. Yeah, Adams for your tight end. That's why Johnson's a huge.
It's weak too. It's hard to put much stock into those.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, this thing.
Let's go with. Let's go 2 tight ends. Let's go Trey McBride. Is that crazy? It's a GPP, but.
Well, my math has that we have $8,400, right?
No, we only have 7,300.
Okay.
Oh wait. I put So I put Bijan Robinson in it, running back instead of Taylor. That's why. Okay.
You want to do it? That's fine.
No. I
have. See what Robinson. Taylor allows you to do though, instead of Bijan Robinson on here. Yeah, and everybody's gonna flock to Bijan. Okay.
I agree. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, I see a couple of my sneaky plays this week. There's a running back for Green Bay. It looks decent in a good position. Nico I mentioned earlier. Yep, I think Kamara's gonna get 30 targets. Actually, Seattle is bad. Seattle is bad against pass catching running backs, but I can pay up a little bit at tight end, and we could still look lower for a running back. But Jacob, Cleveland's so good against the run.
That's my concern there.
I do like Bucky Irving for Tampa.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I like that too. Let's go there. Let's go there, and then let's go.
No one's played him, by the way.
Let's go Seattle defense. Leaves us with $100.
You want to Seattle defense?
Yeah, against the Saints with Spencer Rattler or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got Cannon still at 5,200. Just peek in here real quick. Just pondering if we should go up at all from Fanduel. But I do like.
Oh, I had Ertz at tight end. You have Fannin?
I hate Fanduel. I'd rather Ertz. So let's do Ertz. Got it.
Okay. So we got Prescott, Mason, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb, Ricky Pearsall, Roma Dunze, Zach Ertz, Bucky Irving, and the Seahawks defense.
Yeah, and I like Bucky. I think he'll be very low owned.
Yeah, he should be very low.
And he shouldn't be, but I think he will be.
Yeah, I think he will be too.
Yeah, and I think Taylor's going to be there too.
Adrian Peterson. Is this your first time here? I don't recognize that name.
It is.
Adrian Peterson. Oh, yeah, like Peterson. Got it. Should I drop Troy Franklin, pick up Tyrone Tracy? I have Scatterboo.
I would keep Scatterboo. I like Scatterboo a lot. He's getting more and more touches already as a rookie. So I like Scatterboo. I think to increase, he's already getting more touches than Tracy. Tracy's had a fumble issue here as well. I like Franklin.
Yeah, I like Franklin too. I just don't like him this week against the Chargers. But long term, I think that Franklin's the right play there. Should I start one at the flex? Devontae Smith, Jawan Jennings, Marion Hampton, Cam Scatterboo, or J.K. Dobbins? I would go with Jennings if he plays. I don't know if he's going to play.
Yeah, I'm leaning over. Stay on here. Great question, Rob. I like good questions like this.
Yeah, I do too.
Denver's. You know what? It sounds weird, but I would, out of all that, I personally would go Dobbins.
Okay.
Because of the carries.
Yeah.
And both teams are going to pound it, and neither one are going to get far. I think he will get the touchdown. This on Fanduel or DraftKings, my answer will totally differ. If it's Fanduel, I definitely like Dobbins a little better. If it's not, if it's Fanduel, I go Dobbins. DraftKings, Jennings for sure if he's starting. Else. Smith could have a good game against. He could. He's their number. Yeah, I'd go Smith second. I'd go Smith on DraftKings, Dobbins on FanDuel. I see you're higher on Jennings than I am this week, and I don't know how effective he's going to be off an injury. If he's effective,
he could be pretty limited. All right, man. I'm gonna have to. My allergies are really starting to bother me.
Get out. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I would pick up. I would keep Franklin. He's just gonna have this week off, and then next week I think he's gonna do really well.
Yeah, I agree. Anything you want to add before we end it?
No. Any dynasty questions? Feel free to ask.
Yeah. You guys can comment, leave your questions in the chat in the comments.
I'll follow up on them.
Yeah, after the stream's over, just leave the questions in the comments. Hope everybody has a great week 3. Everybody have a great Saturday, and we'll be back again next week as we look to crush it in NFL, DFS, and Prizepicks. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.